Australia is a country with a diverse, dynamic, and thriving population. As Oceania's preeminent military and economic juggernaut, its prosperity and stability has served as a siren call for some of the most disadvantaged and desperate among us. Whether they be fleeing violence, dire poverty, or political persecution, increasing waves of asylum seekers have flooded Australian shores. This influx prompted several draconian policies by the government, including one instituted in 2013, which mandates that passengers of ships captured within Australian waters be detained, then deported to offshore regional processing centers in the island nation of Nauru and on Manus Island in Papua New Guinea. Notwithstanding international human rights laws and policies acceded to by the Australian government, Nauru and Manus Island detention centers were purposely designed to humiliate, dehumanize, and traumatize the asylum seekers. Former detainees often recount stories of deplorable living conditions without fully functioning plumbing, inadequate shelter, and most notably, physical and sexual abuse.
I came to Australia because I was desperate for safety. But here's no better. This is worse than prison. We are cramped in cages like animals. The water is brown, and the bathrooms are inhuman. People are hopeless. Some cut their throats because it is the only way. I just want out.
I escaped from Somalia, where I was detained by Al-Shabaab. I left everything. My wife, my 7 children, and my job as a high school teacher. I have unsuccessfully applied for a visa several times. I've lost hope. All I see is darkness. Although I was not rich, life in Somalia was better than here in detention center. I'm now ready to face dangers in Somalia than to die slowly here in detention.
I went inside. Dogs came in too. Man took off all his clothes and showed me his private parts. I wet my pants and sold my pants. This is reason I left my country. This fear of rape. I see it happen to many. Then he said, I don't care, and hit my face very hard. He said, dogs will kill you if you don't suck my private part. Then I have no choice.
While the dire circumstances of the refugees mustn't be understated, a recognition of their resilience, resolve, and heroism also serves as a source of inspiration. Like many ordinary people placed in extraordinary circumstances, the detainees have often risen above their imposed state of abjection, transmuting their misery into mastery and making unprecedented contributions to humanity. Take the story of Abdul Aziz Muhammad, recipient of the prestigious Martin Ennals Award. A Sudanese refugee who endured 6 years of unspeakable suffering at the Manus prison complex, he defiantly and courageously chronicled his experience, sending thousands of WhatsApp messages to a journalist who recounted them via podcast. Behrouz Boochani, a Kurdish Iranian journalist still stranded on Manus, was recently awarded the Victorian Prize for Literature. His memoir, No Friend But the Mountains, writing from Manus prison, was entirely and excruciatingly composed via WhatsApp. It recounts his harrowing boat journey from Indonesia and his subsequent imprisonment. Both men paint a dismal picture of life in a prison colony, yet both display defiance in the face of oppression and a refusal to be broken by a system bent on breaking them. Let these stories of human will and rebellion be the true lessons of Manus and Nauru. The people of Australia must acknowledge the inhumanity of offshore processing and demand that their government act in accordance with its obligations under international law. Thomas Paine once wrote, "The world is my country, all mankind are my brethren, and my religion is to do good." This is our mantra. We are one world, one race, one humanity.